Welcome, all you +2 comedy modifiers, back to the stream. Welcome back to the NotPron Weeklies, where every week I try to solve one of NotPron's community members' insane riddles, and I've been at this one for quite some time. Welcome back to Ender's Place, and we've gotten pretty far, but I've been throwing myself at this wall for a while. So let's just run through this. I'm also bringing the chat back on screen because I think I've reached a point where me screwing up the dimensions of the window is not going to be an issue. But, you know, famous last words. Okay, so as always, you got to go down this hallway. This bouncer gives you a bunch of code that you have to decode. You have watched me decode that 100 times. But Spam was nice enough to tell me that fuck the bouncer is an exploit to get in. It's not actually part of the puzzle. That's not something you can learn through playing. But it's true. It gets you in. Alright, so this is how we did this part. First, you got to get your quarters. Then you got to play these games. That one, that one, that one. Not that one. As much as I'd love to play NotPron. The deal with Tetris was, as the pieces fell, you needed to write down the red pieces. If you make note of the red pieces and treated them as letters, you would get S-T-I-L-L, still, T-O-O, 2, L-O-S-T, lost. Still 2 lost. That gives you the correct answer, which is in Russian. Then once you translate the Russian, you get 255. Why is it the red pieces? You got me. I did. The only reason I saw it is because I was writing everything down, and also making note of the colors in case that was important, and then eventually I saw the pattern. I guess it does glow red. Maybe that's your clue. Red. I don't know. Grasping straws. Then we came through on Miss Pac-Man. Miss Pac-Man was a very clever one. You see this little question mark here? You needed to, for each level, pay attention to how many points eating a dot gave you. Then you had to take the coordinating fruit, like the cherry, the strawberry, and the orange, and take that letter. So if, for example, in the first letter, eating a dot was 1 point, so you take the first letter of cherry and get C. Getting through 8 levels, you get crap leak, if I remember correctly. Crap leak. And you get a bunch of 1s and 0s and an S. You know, bonus S. Straight up bonus S. You decode that into decimal and you get 185, which I don't know for sure is the answer, but it makes sense with all the other ones. Then you head into Space Invaders. You don't actually have to do it in this order, but this is the way we did it. And we found a clue that said sound had to be on to understand this. In doing that, we listened to the shot the spaceship made every time we fired. Okay? Every time we fired, it either made a short, a long, or no sound. We realized that was Morse code. And through Morse code, we got invaded spaces. We did. Invaded spaces. I thought it was invaded spaces. We got something. I know I got this one. Because it's right here. The answer was in Roman numerals. And Roman numerals to 218. So that gave us the idea that all of the answers are 3-digit numbers, and that's why we took this into decimal, and we got 185. Now, last time we were playing, someone from the chat, Prophets, mentioned that 255 is the upper limit of color. So, let me just go ahead and do color checker, or what? Oh, where were we? What's a good site for this? Like Rgb Color Picker. There we go. So yeah, we got this color picker, And you can change these numbers, but 255 is the limit. 255 is basically white. If I try to go past that, it won't work. Whoops. Let's see if I can try. 270. Yeah, see, it's still the same regardless of if it's 271 and 371. You can't go higher than 255. So that's the idea of getting it to going into this color picker. I had the idea that this is basically as far as we've made it. I had the idea that this will eventually give us a hex code that means something, but the issue is there's no way that we currently know that shows which game code is for which color. Like, you know, Tetris could be green, and Space Invaders can be blue, and Miss Pac-Man can be red. Yeah. Sorry. Wait a minute. Okay. The Tetris is red, so maybe that's not actually a clue. Well, it makes more sense as a clue for the pieces. But maybe this is telling me the Tetris code is red, the Miss Pac-Man code is blue, and Space Invaders is green. That would make sense. Toasty, right? So that's not the thing I wanted. I don't know why I went to YouTube. Where am I? Here. So, with that idea in mind, Tetris is the one that is 255. So we'll put that as red. And then this was the Miss Pac-Man. And Miss Pac-Man is blue, correct? So we'll put that as the blue color. So 218 will go here. All right. And then that leaves 185 to be the green. 185. All right, we get a lovely shade of pink. Let's try to decode the hex. I don't know what these values are. I'm not familiar with these. But we'll decode the hex maybe. See if that gives us anything. No. What a color. What a color this is. Oh, do you have like interesting fun facts about this color? Different tints of this color? Oh, ew. Let's get the earwax off screen. Okay, so the percentage of each color, and then I guess if you're going to print it, it uses no cyan. Okay. Any other interesting facts? I don't know if you're getting any. Wrong order. Did I do it wrong? Red Tetris. Tetris was this code 255. Right. We got the ones from Miss Pac-Man. Miss Pac-Man was blue, so it should be blue 118. I think you're right. I think I just screwed this up. I did. All right, I flipped these. Let's go ahead and flip this back out. 185. And it's 218, right? 218. That's a much better color. Flesh. Hey, Kermit. It's not a good color. I don't like that color at all. Dab. Do I have to dab 9 times while giving the double F? Come on, work. That wasn't 9. I got bored. I'm sorry. What color is the anime girl's hair? I mean, I guess I could get a color picker, but... Hey, there's another girl here. I never really noticed her, like, looming over Miss Pac-Man. Like the head from You Don't Know Jack. Jackbox games. Alright, so... FF Dab 9. Do you mean anything if I Google you? I was going to do Peach Puff? Peach Puff. At least there's a name. Is it Peach Puff? Alright, I want to decode the hex. I could download the color picker if I really want to find out that girl's hair color. God damn it. Does this hex mean anything? That's all I want to know. No, it freaking doesn't. That's it, mate? The girl's hair? Exactly. But, or are you Peach Puff? I'll write in Peach Puff. Peach Puff. It sounds so delicious. Oh. I Peach Puffs. Peach Puffs. What do you guys want to talk about for 100 or for 287 seconds? No space? Oh, is that really it? But now we have to wait 287 seconds. What do you guys want to talk about? Guess we'll hang out for a bit and I'll talk about the schedule or something. Arcade Mayhem match. I have no idea what you're referring to there, Kermit. I know I was asked to do recently to do a Q&A, but I don't know. I don't know why people want to talk to me. I have a very low opinion of myself. So Lisa all this week. If you're watching over on YouTube, it's all Lisa this week. A lot of good stuff coming out there. Logging in a private window, or like an incognito. Perhaps. No, let me try at least just doing this. Peach Puffs. No, I don't want to wait 202 seconds. Is there incognito in Firefox? Or is that an exclusive? Damn it. Whoop. Back. Control Shift P? P. Ooh, browsing privately. Copy. Paste. It'll probably get mad at me. Yeah. Fuck the bouncer. I spelled bouncer wrong? What happened? Bouncer. There we go. Peach Puffs. damn it. Which I think means I have to re-put in the Space Invaders one, which I don't remember. It was Invaded Spaces, I think? Invaded Spaces. Or Invade Spaces? God. Or was it Spaces with a 5 or something? Did I include it at all in my freaking... God damn it. It's not in my notes. I for some reason got rid of it. Invaded my spaces. I think you're right. Invaded my spaces. There it is. Okay. So now I've technically put them all in. I explained how I did that. I didn't cheat. You can watch my past live streams. Okay, so Peach Puffs. 31 seconds. This is insanity. So yeah, I've been playing this on Mondays. Tuesdays is for Catherine currently. Wednesday, I've been playing The Witness, which was requested by Weaver like forever ago, and I finally got around to doing it. And Thursdays is Baba Is You, which is awesome. And Fridays have been just random one-offs. I don't know what I'm going to do at Fridays going forward. I have some ideas, but I don't know. You know, I kind of look, there's like a red, blue, green magazine here. Just interesting. Okay. Red, blue, green. There's a lot of red, blue, green if you really look. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Peach Puffs. Hey, I'm typing here. I got copyright struck for that song already once. Enter the game code Game Over Bruh on the weekly riddle page and then play some Nunu Bang. That part's done. I did it. It's over. Oh look, Nunu Bang. There it is. Can I actually play Nunu Bang? Is this gonna... Nunu Bang sounds like it's gonna be not safe for work. Go ahead and just do this real quick. Check out some Nunu Bang. Alright, this looks fine. Hey, come back on. Turn back on. Yay, Nunu Bang. I'm shooting David M. Oh god, they're killing me. This game is hard as hell. So while oh my gosh, it's getting a little not safe for work. So while I'm playing this, oh man, I'm gonna get all competitive again about the high score. Yeah, blowing stuff up. Fun. So that's going to do it for this one. We're ending early, which is great because I have so much I have to do for other stuff. But thanks for joining me on this endless trip through Ender's Place. Next week, starting next week, I am not going to do a NotPron Weekly. We're going to return to NotPron. I finally defeated -25, which I was not allowed to stream. So I'll be streaming -26 next week with the address bar censored out so I don't give away anything. But yes, we're returning to NotPron next week. It's very exciting. Everyone's excited. Look how excited everybody is. Yay. All right, it's done. Oh my god. That was a great puzzle. Like, don't get me wrong, that was a great puzzle. I really liked like the amount of work that had to go into the images for this, the sound mixing. There's like the sound of the arcade was awesome. The art was awesome. I know a lot of them were like known characters, but still, just like the composition and stuff looked great. I thought Pac-Man, I think, was my favorite because I think it made the most sense logically. Space Invaders was probably my next favorite, and then I didn't like Tetris, which is weird because it's the first one I got was Tetris. But the only reason I feel like I got Tetris was years ago. I had a riddle on the internet, which is long gone, called the video game riddle, and that was the I did basically the same thing where it was just like read this message, but there was like random Tetris pieces, and it looked like it just said, "Are you down with the cause?" But if you grab the pieces, it said, "Are you down with the lost cause?" Like the fact that I already had in my brain to think of Tetris pieces as letters because of a puzzle I'd made a decade ago, I think is what helped me there. But I think that could have used a little bit more nudging into just the red pieces. But yeah, it's a great puzzle. It's tough. It's a hard puzzle, but I feel like with the knowledge I have now, if I went back and looked at it, there's probably like little clues I missed. Because there's a lot of stuff like in the beginning, the thing in the background of the XOR just kind of hanging out there in an area where you're not really like focusing, staring you in the face the whole time. So yeah, I really liked this puzzle. I thought it was great. And hell, you had to edit video games, which is crazy. And it still works after Flash is dead. So kudos there all around. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to Plus 2 Comedy Gaming so you can catch up on all my past live streams. And I will see you all next time. Boop.